What's up, Virgo? Welcome to your June 2019 reading. This is going to be perfect for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If these messages don't resonate with you, please go check out your other signs because they may make more sense this month, okay? And before I get started, I just want to, express my gratitude. I'm really appreciative for all of you guys who have supported this channel, who like and share and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And whenever you do so, it's really helpful for your community because what it does is it actually circulates the videos around so that whoever needs to hear this message, can. It becomes more active so people can see it. So I appreciate all of you guys for that. Please let me know. I'm really interested to hear feedback from you guys this month because, of course, I've already pulled your cards. June looks a little it looks like it's going to be interesting. It looks like it's going to be a little bit spicy. It looks like you guys have some major choices to make. There's a lot of cup energy. So I am feeling like this, for most of you, this might have to do with love or even balancing love and like your life purpose. And I say that because honestly, I love how all these cards come together this month. I pulled the tarantula as your spirit animal guide, right? And the tarantula always comes up whenever we are at a crossroads and we've got a major decision that we need to make. And a lot of times in this situation, the major decision has to do with like what's going to be good for your life purpose. So in terms of like, let's say this is a love situation and you're choosing between a couple lovers, because I do feel like this is actually what's on the table for you guys right now. It feels like it would be a good idea to, yes, look at the people. Yes, look at, all the things that you look at whenever you're dating people in terms of like your non-negotiables, what it is that you want, what they offer, what whatever. But really look at it too from a standpoint of, if I am tying myself to this person or this situation, does that benefit my overall life purpose? Like, is this conducive to my life purpose? Meaning, you could meet someone who's really great and, but you almost have a knowing that if you connect with them on that level, it will steer you away from the plans that you've made for yourself. I hope that makes sense. So it kind of feels like that energy, even if it's not exact. Please take the message as it resonates. And again, remember, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but definitely you guys are having some decisions that you're going to have to make. And it does have to do with love. It does have to do with life purpose. It has to do with all of that. And really, when the tarantula pops up and we are, centered and in our balance, then what it basically implies is that, that's us following our intuition. So intuition is going to be big for you guys this month. And then whenever it's out of balance, that's when we get all like, we hesitate, we kind of stall, we don't know what to do. And then what ends up happening with that is we get to this energy of 10 of Wands, which is your present energy. Of course, this is not everybody's present energy at the time because everyone's on their own timeline. But there is this sense of, waiting off and holding off on this decision and moving forward where, for some of you, it might come to a point where it's like, this is stressful. This is a lot of shit on my back that I didn't ask for. I need to figure this out. So let's get into it. So we got the tarantula, crossroads, big decisions, claiming your life purpose, all those good things, right? Now, I pulled another card from those empowering questions cards that I did last month because I got a lot of really good feedback on those. And the question you guys got is, what gives me great joy? Great question, right? So whenever you're feeling a little stuck this month, I would really think about that. And the thing is, you guys are all about work. You're all about your career. You're all about your legacy in that way. You guys are very, to the T earth signs when it comes to that. So again, going back to, even if it comes to choosing a partner, is this partner, would I be able to shine in all the ways that I dream to shine or want to shine, or like all the work that I've done and built up to this point, is that going to take me away from that? You know what I mean? Because some people like a more docile woman who doesn't maybe work or do things. And maybe you're like, no, I works, she works, I do the things. I still want that freedom in that type of way. So for some of you, I feel like this is going to be a thing coming up, okay? Now, you guys got unseen energy, bottom of the deck, which is Page of Cups. He loves it. This is love offers. You guys are getting a lot of attention. I feel like you guys are really attractive right now. I feel like there's a lot of people who want to be in your space, get to know you. There's something about you that's very intriguing. A lot of people whether you are aware of it or not, are able to see your softer side. And I feel like there are going to be offers coming in to you to get to know you a little bit better. So that's really, really cool. Now, let's start out. We've got the Lovers, Ten of Wands, and the Hermit card. Back to the Tarantula with the Lovers. Okay. Tarantula is about being at a crossroads, making a decision. The Lovers originally was called the Choice, right? And as you know, as well as it being about love and connection and like divine, divine connection, love, all this stuff, love of self, love of humanity, love of, your fellow person, that type of thing. It has to do with making a choice. And I feel like you guys do have some choices you guys have to make in terms of love. Some of you guys may be in this space where you're dating around, and, it's almost like I feel like some of you guys are a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of options you come, because it feels like some of these people just came out of fucking nowhere, right? But this is something that it feels like is plaguing you. Now, if you're already in a relationship, I feel like this is a sense where maybe there's some of you that are kind of like deciding if this is something you want to continue going forward with. And I say that too because you guys have Ten of Wands next. And so in some capacity, things are feeling like they're stacking up to be a lot, right? Coming to the point where, okay, this is actually being a burden. This isn't fun anymore. I've got a lot on my mind, a lot on my back, a lot of responsibility to this or whatever. And some of you guys are probably just like really busy with work and all these things. Ooh, Nine of Cups. Okay, that's all about happiness. But what I love about that is it's all about happiness first and foremost with self. If you look at the original depiction, Nine of Cups is this man sitting, I like to think of it at like a table, like he's at the club, he got his own table, he's got all his bottles around, right? And he's doing his thing. This is a person who is emotionally fulfilled. This is about wishes coming true, dreams coming true. I think a lot, going back to the Page of Cups, when I said you guys are really attractive right now, I think what is so attractive about you guys right now is people can see that you are in a really good place when it comes to self right now, right? You guys, it's like your self-love is beaming, and therefore people want to get to know you. People want a piece of that, not necessarily to take over you, and some might, which we'll get to that, but it's just very attractive because people see that you are self-sufficient in your happiness, right? It's like you don't need anybody else for that. And that's really attractive to people. And you've got people who want to plant new seeds with you. Like there's people, I'm telling you, you guys are going to get offers. If you haven't already been getting offers, I feel like there's a lot of offers on the docket for you. Now, my only concern is we get to Ten of Wands, which it's not so much of a concern because at least it's a 10. We know that that's the end of a cycle, right? So if you guys have been feeling overwhelmed, maybe trying to juggle a few people, going on a few dates, trying to get to know these guys, I feel like all of that is going to come to an end. What I do love is you guys will be finding yourself coming to a place where you're really focused on you and going deep within. Now, what clarified this Ten of Wands is work, basically. Eight of Pentacles. I like that because, two things. Some of you guys might be doing a little bit too much at work and might be needing to delegate some things, take some time off, rest, right? Some of you guys may be kind of using work as a crutch or an excuse to not make a decision, right? It's like if you even get stuck thinking about it for too long, you're like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I have to work. I have papers I need to drop. I need to email people. I got things to do. So watch out for that. In terms of work, I feel like things are going good. So I do like that. I feel like you guys are in a really good place in terms of like building your name, building your rep, building your business, building your money, whatever. I feel like you're in a good place with work, but just make sure that you're not stressing yourself out or doing too much. Everybody needs breaks, right? Even you guys. And what you don't want to do is overwork yourself, right? Make sure you're working smarter, not harder. And, we talk about perfection all the time with you guys. Where was my thought going? I had a really good fucking point, but I guess it'll come up later if it's necessary. Oh, perfection with you guys. If there are things that you can delegate, especially when it comes to work, make sure you're doing that. Again, I don't want you guys to bring yourself out, but it almost feels like for some of you, there's this essence of, oh shit, let me just do this because if I don't do it, it won't be done right, and I don't want to have to go back and do it, that type of thing, right? Sometimes we have to learn how to let responsibility fall on other people, our teammates, or whatever. I mean, obviously, if you work alone or do something like that where it's like it only, it's you all you got, then you got to do what you got to do. But even with that, make sure that you're taking breaks for yourself. Make sure that, give yourself an hour a day at least where you can just be calm, kind of meditate, be cool to yourself. And I think you guys are going to need it. And I think you're going to actually take advantage of that, especially come mid-ish June. I think you guys are going to see that that's necessary. You got the Hermit card, right? This is your energy, which I love. So you guys are going to be feeling like yourself, feeling strong in going in your mind, figuring out what is true for you, what is perfect for you. And I feel like this has to do with love, Ace of Cups. I think a lot of you guys are kind of stewing on all these offers that you're getting and kind of like, fuck, I don't know which way to go. And part of that has to do with a lot of you guys have probably had bad experiences and you're like, fuck, this looks a little too familiar. I don't know. And, just really trying to guard your heart and be smart about things going forward. Because I feel like, with you Virgos, it's like, if you guys even get involved with somebody, it's not for play. Like, I'm not playing with you. What is this? You know what I mean? And I feel like you guys just really want to make sure that you're making the right decision. But again, console your intuition, go within. I feel like you guys know, but the way that your minds think, you're trying to, it's like almost like you need that tangible evidence of a knowing. And sometimes you don't, especially when it comes to love. All you need is what you feel, right? So that's just something to consider. Now, next row, we've got 7 of Cups, Devil, 3 of Cups. Right off the bat, with the 7 of Cups, this talks about options, right? And this is actually what's in your environment and in your space right now. And I do like that you guys have options. I just want to make sure that you guys remember with 7 of Cups, some of the options are good. Some of them are tricky. Some of them might be a little deceptive. It's like you got a whole slew of shit in this card, right? And I feel like you guys are trying to figure that out of like, okay, who is really here to not waste my time, to not lie to me, to not, just be a person who fills up space, to not be that person that I call just because I'm bored. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys are really trying to get to the nitty gritty of it. Some of you guys might have a Capricorn in your life, but also watch out because I feel like there is someone that is, there's a little bit, they're a little tricky. And I feel like you already know that though. And I feel like you should trust your gut on that. In terms of that, with the 7 of Cups being next to the Devil, being next to the 3 of Cups, it feels like there is somebody within these options that, potentially down the long run could have you in a fucked up situation where you're dealing with too many people or that type of thing. But if this is the case for you, if this is resonating for you, I feel like you already know that, right? I feel like you have an idea of who, and then to clarify is the 7 of Swords, of who you can trust and who you can't. Now, 7s is an interesting number in tarot. I love it because all 7s talk about basically like an inner questing, right? It's about going within. It's a very spiritual number in terms of like getting clear and all that. Make sure, again, go ahead and trust your gut. Make sure that you're not, don't go against yourself. Don't go against your own knowing because I feel like you guys know there's someone in the mix that isn't right. Now, this could be an air sign person. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But just in case, like in terms of energies, what we have out here, just if you're curious, we've got Capricorn out here, we've got Gemini out here, we've got water. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and we've got air. What did I just say? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So pay attention more to the energies because it could really be anybody, but this is just what I'm feeling. I feel like you guys know that someone in this mix ain't quite right. There's something in the milk that ain't quite clean that you haven't figured out yet. And I feel like you're hoping that you'll come to the bottom of it and things will be made clear. You guys might find yourself doing some extra spying on their social media, or just taking it in your own hands to really figure out what's going on, because this is Page of Swords. Again, it feels like some of you guys, if you're dealing with someone like this, it's like you want tangible evidence just so you can be like, no, look, this is what I found and this is why I ain't fucking with you. It kind of feels like that. But again, it's like you guys already know. You guys already know. So trust that knowing. Woo. So with the Three of Cups, it's clarified again by the Three of Cups. I feel like if there is someone in your space, you will be catching on to that, and then you'll be right back there on the block dating and doing exactly what you're doing and having a good time and just like experiencing your life with friends and all this stuff. Tower. Two of Swords. Yeah, you guys are going to have to make a decision though. The thing is though, you guys are the second people who got a Devil card with a Tower card. I can't remember who else got it. Maybe Cancer? Maybe? Cancer or Gemini? Or Leo? I don't know. I'm sorry. But one thing about that is the Tower card in the tarot comes after the Devil card. And the Tower card is universe coming to sweep up and wipe out and clean out the things that we couldn't, right? So if there's any of this devil energy that's around being deceptive or, you know, just wrong, universe is going to come and sweep it out. So really, it's one of those things like, yeah, if you catch it, it's better to just, you know, do away with that so that you're not getting yourself so fully involved in all this stuff. And feelings involved, but I just feel like this is a situation where if there's any type of deception or weird shit going on with someone, Spirit is going to show you and handle that for you because you are just like not meant to be in that space. But again, I feel like there are good options around. Now, some additional messages you got is Ace of Cups, Seven of Swords, King of Cups, water, air, water. Aces are beginnings and new love. Let's see if this has to do with that deceptive person or does this have to do with some other options you got cooking around here. This is about your cup being overflowing, being in a really happy emotional space, which again, I feel like a lot of you guys are. I feel like a lot of you guys are probably a little bit overworked right now. And for some of you, it's your work that's bringing you that joy, but Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a genuine offer. So I feel like you guys have someone who is in this mix that wants to give you a genuine offer. I will say that. I really, really do. But there is someone else that I'm worried about. It could be a fire sign person, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aquarius. I'm sorry, Aries. Because with this deception card, we've got the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Wands is clarifying that. So that could be the thing. And now that I'm thinking about it, with this Ten of Wands up here, there could be fire. Like if there's a person in your life that you know they're kind of sketchy and they're fire, that could be it too. You know, a lot of times in most cases, for me, the Seven of Swords, yes, it's the like typical cheat, thief, you know, asshole. But for me, a lot of times this has to do with this has to do with sabotage, like self-sabotage, like, you know, running away with our crazy ass thoughts and all this stuff. But in this case, I feel like this might be cluing us in on someone who is actually being deceptive. Whoever this person is, whether they're a fire sign or not, this is a person who's very attractive, very charming. Like people see him or her and they're like, damn, you know, they're fun. They're very passionate. They're very fast moving, sometimes impulsive, that kind of thing. It just feels like there's something about that. And it could be that they're not even a bad person, but maybe you're realizing like, this isn't really my person. Like they're cool, but it's just not my pace. It's not my thing. It's not my steez, right? And so with this King of Cups, okay. If you got a water sign person in front of you, they might be a good look because this is like a soulmate card, Six of Cups, right? This is that good, loving, nostalgic energy. Six is the perfect number of balance. And regardless if it isn't a water sign, I feel like this is what you guys are looking for. It's like if you're gonna jump into a relationship, Virgo, you're like, it better be balanced, it better be cute. You know, it better make sense, it better not add bullshit to my life. I'm only dealing with things that add value and love to my life. Okay. So I think you guys have great options. What you're going to do with it, I don't know. I'm curious. I would really love you guys to let me know because I want to see how this plays out. So You guys pulled have courage to ask for and accept help. It says asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often, when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. So yeah, if you guys are feeling a little clueless, if you guys have like friends that are cool and like, you can trust, or like your mama, your auntie, whoever, your dad, I don't know who you are, but people that you can trust that will give you sound advice, then go for it. I mean, shit, can't hurt, you know what I'm saying? And then as far as your love card, you guys got deception. So again, there is this kind of weirdness around somebody. You guys are getting the sense that somebody might not be right for you. And again, it doesn't have to mean that they're a bad person, but it could be going back to what I was saying in the very beginning of the video. Does aligning myself with this person, is it conducive for what I'm trying to do overall? Would me being in this relationship minimize me to where I can't fly and do the things that I've always wanted to do? It could be that sort of thing. So just, get really clear when you go into this hermit energy, meditate, pray, and trust yourself, because your intuition is trying to work for you. You know what I'm saying? So the deception card says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So again, it just feels like somebody in this mix might not be what you want or expect for you in your life going forward. So, discern accordingly. I love you guys, and I'm not here to tell you what to do. This is like, I've been telling everybody because I think people need reminders. This is like a weather report. I could tell you it's going to rain on Friday, but you have to go get your coat. Like, you have to grab your umbrella. You have to get your boots. I can't do that for you. So, I would just really take this time to pray and meditate on it if you guys are stuck in this like, ooh, what do I do? Who do I do energy? But either way, I feel like the tower's going to come and show you signs of shit if you are still feeling a little lost. So that's really great. Okay. I love you guys. If you would like a personal reading, reach out to me at she'svibeytarot@gmail.com. Please thumbs up this video, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.